these verses are revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. Surah Al-Isra, also known as Surah Bani Israel, which talks about the fasad, the corruption of Bani Israel, and what came to them as a result of their corruption. Allah says, وَإِن كَادُوا لَيَسْتَفِزُّونَكَ مِنَ الْأَرْضِ لِيُخْرِجُوكَ مِنْهَا. And if they disturb you, and they employ every single tactic to try to expel you from this land of Mecca. They tried to make life so unbearable on the Muslims that were left in Mecca that they would have PTSD when they left Mecca and they never want to come back. They tried to make it so difficult that they would flee on their own. Isn't that what they do to our people in Gaza now? Isn't that what they do to our people in Palestine now? Who wants to live under occupation? Who wants to live without freedom of movement? Who wants to live there without the ability to import or export? Who wants to live without clean water? Who wants to live without all of these different things? The people of Palestine do, because they know the blessing of that land. And Allah says to the Prophet ﷺ, they try to bother you. They try to pull all sorts of antics to try to make life unbearable for you in Mecca. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا لَا يَلْبَثُونَ خِلَافَكَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. And if they succeed in getting you out, then it's only a matter of time before Allah will pull them out instead. Allahu Akbar. The same people that beat their chests and held their swords out and chased every last Muslim out of Mecca, Allah brought them out only a year later in Badr. Abu Jahl and Uqba, all these people, Umayyah, and Allah caused them to be killed outside of Mecca by the same people that they drove out of Mecca. Allahu Akbar. And you know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says? سُنَّةَ مَنْ قَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا قَبْلَكَ مِنْ رُسُلِنَا. This is the way, the sunnah of all of the prophets that came before you, all of the messengers that came before you. وَلَا تَجِدُ لِسُنَّتِنَا تَحْوِيلًا. And you will not find a change in our sunnah. وَعْدَ اللَّهِ لَا يُخْلِفُ اللَّهُ وَعْدَ. The promise of Allah, Allah does not betray His promise. The sunnah of Allah, no one will change the sunnah of Allah. The same people that drive you out will one day be driven out. The same people that try to make life unbearable for you will no longer live in the place that they tried to kick you out and make sure that you were never buried in. Dear brothers and sisters, سَنَعُودُ رَاجِعِينَ وَنَصْرٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَفَتْحٌ قَرِيبٌ. These are messages that are to us, and it's part of your faith to know in your heart for sure. I don't care if they empty out every single Palestinian in my lifetime, I will still believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will return it to us. And inshallah they won't succeed in doing so in the first place. But do you have that faith? We will return.